In 2020, the world came to a stop. Artists couldn't travel, but in Back to the Future, we were still able to receive payments. We were still able to make payments. We were still able to look after all of our clients. So we are still able to trade whilst most people in the world were not. So we were in a spirit of gratitude and gratefulness, and we wanted to share some of that joy. So we came up with this initiative called the Cornerstone Awards, whereby we would recognize some of the people who have contributed to the success of Back to the Future music and were allowing us to still be able to look after all of our people. The original cornerstone of Back to the Future music was my brother, Kwaku Mensah. So we started off with the Silverback Tribe Publishing Company. So the first Cornerstone Award was presented to my brother Kwaku in recognition of his contribution to the creation of what is now known as Back to the Future Music Limited. Then we went further afield and recognized the fact that our career in Jamaica would never have been what it has become without the assistance of my brother from another mother, a gentleman by the name of Hopeton Walker, aka Stompy Walker, in recognition of all he has done for us when I was a journalist, and then when I pivoted to being a publisher, and then to when I pivoted to creating Back to the Future Music and Back to the Future Music Limited. The mantle has since been handed over to his son, Richard Walker, aka Shat Video. He's my brother, he's my nephew, he's my confidant, he's security, he's photography, he's videography, he does everything in our one. Then we needed to recognize a couple of our champions. So on the neighboring right side is a gentleman by the name of, well, we call him Platinum Fingers, but most people know him as Ansel Collins. It was him who recommended us to many of his colleagues who were the great session musicians of the day, who now form what is our very impressive PPL roster. Then we also had to recognize a champion of ours on the publishing front, a gentleman who goes by the name of Delroy Foster, aka Bandilly Ben, the great Delhi Ranks. He has a recording, and in that recording, he says something to the effect of, a real friend is someone who calls your name in a room full of opportunities when you're not even there. And that is exactly what Delhi Ranks does. Every other month, Delhi Ranks is calling our name. How do we know? Because we get these phone calls. Delhi Sefikalia, Delhi Sefikalia. Then in 2024, when we were doing the Grammy ceremony in Jamaica, that's when we opened it out. And then we had to recognize a lady who was responsible for giving us 3 generations of guitarists.
You have some children who are in music. So could I ask you to name them so we and I'll fill in some blanks.
Okay, that's Glenn, the eldest.
Okay, so Glenn Brownie.
Yes, and Dalton. Dalton.
So Mama, let me take you one step at a time. So let me just call out some accolades when you call the name. So Glenn Brownie. So that's Mr. Untold Stories, Mr. Electric Boogie, Mr. Black Soil Band with Taurus Riley. So if you ever saw Taurus Riley performing, you would have seen Glenn Brownie on the bass being Boosie. That's yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the next one now.
Dalton.
Dalton Brownie. So Dalton Brownie now, most of us recognize his name as being the musical genius behind Freddie McGregor's Big Shit label,
yes,
amongst many other. What was the band he was working for?
Generation Gap.
Generation Gap. Okay, so that's Dalton.
Yeah.
Next.
And there is Noel, the third.
Noel. So Noel, again, most of us would remember him as the engineering genius who was creating the studios, and also the band behind New Name Music that brought us names like Lady Soul, Jack Radix, alongside Mr. Castro Brown, and Luciano, not a big name. So that's Noel Boney.
Yes. And there's Clevie.
Clevie.
Yes.
So Clevie now, everybody else in the world, when we're talking about Clevie, we talk about Steely and Clevie. But when you come to Brownie household, it becomes Clevie and Steely. So Steely and Clevie now. Sorry. Steely and Clevie. Whoa, we can't even begin.
Sorry. You said sorry.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Yeah. We're talking the Foxy Brown one.
Yeah.
Okay, with the fast car and all these.
Yeah.
I like it. So, when we're talking Steely and Clevie, we're talking not only, I can't even give a percentage of rhythms that they played on, but we're also talking that if he's the godfather of reggaeton, then you are the godmother of the godfather of reggaeton. Even if they don't admit it. So all of that Spanish reggae, they owe you a debt of gratitude as well. Then we have our wash belly. We will always get trouble. What's his name now?
Danny Brown.
Danny Brownie.
Fine one.
The spoiled one. So I first came across Danny Brown. Actually, when I was coming to Jamaica the first time, I was 1996, and at that time, Main Street Records was the they were so hot. It was like you go anywhere near your bun. So exactly. I see what you did there too. So we're talking Blood Fire Posse, and then we're talking. So like I said, Main Street Records. So that was Lady G, Buccaneer, Goofy, Red Rat, Degree, Chrissy. Oh, thank you, Mama. Chrissy D. Okay, and Hawkeye, of course. That's Main Street. So that's your sons.
Yes.
But then the next generation are also stepping into music. So let's start with Danny. So Danny's son now. Nicholas. Yes. He's working with that young gentleman that we had on the screen, Romain Virgo. So he's a producer and artist manager. Okay. So then we come to Big Brother. So this is the gentleman that started ordering trouble. He's not started ordering trouble. Because before you became musicians, you were all in a singing group, the Brownie Bunch. So who are they? So who was Michael Jackson in the Brownie Bunch? Well, the quiet one.
It's not your son voice.
I'm not that much.
Okay, so now on the children level now. Tino. No, that would make him Jermaine. so Jermaine, your children who are in music.
Yes.
Yes. So
Twins, Richard and Robert.
Richard and Robert. Okay, so Richard now, he says we don't call him Richard anymore. You must call me Shams. And that's
The producer.
Shams, the producer.
Yes, sir.
That's the record label with the what's the rhythm? The Grass Cat rhythm.
Yeah.
He had quite a few, and he also used to manage TOK. That's how I first met him, as managing TOK. So that's Richard, one twin, and then the other
Bass
twin.
is Robert. Richard is also a bass.
Oh, is he? Oh, I see. Oh, so the bass went to Richard. Ah, I'm today years old.
Robert added 2 strings to the
Right, and then his twin Robert, also a producer in his own right, a guitarist extraordinaire, played on a whole heap of hits, as well as being the main guitarist for Shaggy's band. Right, that's Robert. Okay,
About 4 albums out. Solo.
solo albums as well. Yes, actually, yes, you're right. Because he did actually come to London and we did a promotional tour with him and Ansel Collins. Right, so that's the sons, that's the grandchildren generation. And now, since COVID, because you were with the Black Soil band, but then this team COVID came in and you're like, don't know if I'm going on the road again. So then what did you do with your bass guitar?
Throw it over our fence. Thinking no one would catch it, but then Salim. So I come in over and just catch it.
And Salim is
Robert's son.
Robert's son.
Yeah.
So that's 3 generations of bass players. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is why today we are honoring Mrs Sylvia Browne, because you have given so much to music. This is what we call our Cornerstone Awards. These are for cornerstones, usually for us as a company. But without Mama, we don't have those 3 generations of clients on our books. And we also don't have those 3 generations of music. So this is what we'd like to present to you. Thank you very much for the music.
My name is Sylvia Browne, the mother of the Brownie Bunch. I'm really honored and humbled on receiving this award. No, first I must say I'm happy that I received this award in my lifetime, especially at such a time as this when I celebrate my 98th birthday in less than 2 months. I'd like to thank the organizers who had the vision to recognize my sons and I. Thank you all very much, and may the Lord bless you abundantly.